Today we're talking about how to co-parent with the cheating ex. We're really talking about the first stages here, how to handle the kids and their comments and really your emotions and your mindset in all of this. My name's Melissa Davis and I'm founder of After the Affair. If you haven't done so already, go ahead and subscribe to this channel so you'll be one of the first to get new videos as we release them. So I'm going to talk from a perspective of a female because I'm a mama. So for me, you carry your babies in your body. You know, I felt them kick. I have the stretch marks. I carried them on sleepless nights and tried to nurse them and cried when they would get so hurt and stay up with them with fevers at night and watch them grow and learn. And it's like these little extensions of your soul running around, right? And so there's that deep attachment, this deep mama bear thing going on with my babies that just could never go away. And so those first nights, those first months where your children are going to the cheating ex's house are really hard. You're alone in your house that was loud, messy, full of bickering and toys, and then it's this deafening silence. And I think that one thing that's really hard to deal with is, you know, you didn't choose to cheat or lie or hurt your family, and you have the weight of those consequences on you now. And so there's this real strong feeling of, this is unfair, this is not right, I didn't ask for this. And I just want to say it's okay to feel like that. This is part of the grieving process. You can let yourself feel like that. You can let yourself feel angry about that. You can be hurt. You could be a lot of things. But the first thing I want to talk about is your kids are half you and half their other parent. You know, all their lives they hear, oh, your nose looks just like your mom, or this is just like your dad. And they know from really young age that they are part of that parent. And so being that fierce mama bear or that fierce papa bear means that you also have to, as hard as it is, you have to put your feelings aside when it comes to them. You know, especially I hear a lot of people talking about when their children goes to visit, you know, let's say their ex-husband, their cheating wife, and they spend the weekend with the other woman or the other man who was part of all of this pain, of causing this pain. Whew, that's hard, that's infuriating, right? And a lot of people have to deal with that. But land here, your kids did not ask for this. They didn't ask to even be in your family, they're just here. But they didn't ask for their dad or mom to cheat. They didn't ask for any of this pain. They didn't ask for two households or a divorce or the other girlfriend or the boyfriend. They didn't ask for any of it. But they have this deep need to love their parents. And just like you don't want your love replaced by the other woman, you don't want them to have to replace their love for their parent who made these poor choices. And so this is a really great place to start. So when they come back from a weekend at dad's house or mom's house, and they're telling you about the fun they did and the stuff, it may be hard to hear, but suck it up. Put on sunglasses if you tear up, but figure out a way to give them a fake smile. Just quietly listen. And if it's hard, you can push to another subject. You guys want to go get ice cream now? Like something that can move it along, because eventually it'll get easier. So in these first stages, just prepare yourself to listen, to be kind. Don't ask questions and dig in, just listen and be like, and just say, that sounds like it was fun. This sounds great. I'm glad you had a good time. And then you can move on if you need to. And I promise as time goes on, it will get easier. And the other part I want to talk about is your mind shift. It's really hard. It's just hard, guys. It's hard to go through the grieving process, period, of an affair. But to go through the grieving process and also have your children with your ex who broke your family, and especially if the other person is there, gosh, that's even harder. And so what I want to do is just speak to you about, just like your children don't need to pick parents or choose who to love or not to love based on different things, they're not going to do that to you either. You know, you're still their mom. You're still the most important person to them. You're still their dad. And so even though maybe if they go to the other parent's house and it's just party and fun, and they come to you and it's do your homework, clean up your room, you know, that's okay, because that's important. That gives them security and stability. And so the parent that you always chose to be before all this happened, keep it up. Love on your kids, let them listen, let them talk to you, listen to them. Stay consistent, stay steady, even in the times where it feels like you just got the short end of the stick. Eventually, your children will be old enough to understand things. They'll be old enough to understand and have the greatest respect for you, to know that in the hell that you're in right now, you chose them. You chose to let them just be loved by people. And if your ex and maybe the girlfriend or boyfriend are being kind and being, sweet, loving on your children, that's just more people to love them. And at the end of the day, for them, that's great. That's the best. That's what we want. I mean, I can think of 4 teachers that influenced my life forever. And that's just another person who loved on me and saw it into my life. And as hard as it can feel right now when your emotions are so raw, that can be the case with this other person. And that should be where your hope lands. It is hard. Your emotions are gonna suck and make you go crazy. But please land on, this is about your children. Just let them be, encourage them, be positive, just mirror how they feel, and just push them towards healthy relationships. And find a way to vent all that's going on for you, because it's really hard. Trying to heal from an affair is very impossible by yourself. It feels impossible. So find a support group. After the Affair has a great support group on Facebook. Find a person to speak wisdom to you and give you direction. Find a therapist, a good friend that you can trust to just and then, get it out of your system. I love writing everything down, totally unfiltered, stream of conscious, crazy stuff, and then I burn it. And then I say, I've let this go. Now, most of the time that's a lie. I haven't let it go. I have to do it again and again, but that's okay. It's just the process. Just give yourself some patience and some time. So I hope that helps. Again, if you haven't subscribed, subscribe here. You can follow us on Instagram and Facebook After the Affair, and we hope that helped.